Council, if I can, real quickly, I'd like to provide a little bit of information on the down payment assistance program. This issue came up at your last meeting, and we wanted to make sure that we had this opportunity to really talk about what down payment assistance is, because it is a program that we've had for 15 plus years and has been widely accessed. That program allows us to use federal dollars, HUD dollars, to actually provide assistance to income-eligible people to be able to buy a home in College Station. And more often than not, they're moving from a rental situation into a buying situation. Many of them are paying more in rent than ultimately they have in their mortgage, and we believe that's a good thing because that's a stabilizer in neighborhoods across the city. It requires 100% of the participation in that program requires that they get a private mortgage. We are not providing these funds to buy that house. What we are providing is a down payment assistance that is a loan to them. Offers up to 15% of the sales price of that house at a 0% deferred loan. So what it allows them to do, as long as they live in that house and pay for that house, they get to defer that down payment loan that we made until such time as that changes. They either sell it or they want to move, then they have to pay us back. We calculate their eligible need based on their individual situation. So an individual, based on their economic condition and situation, qualify for participation in the program. We believe the program is extremely successful. In fact, since 1997, we've had 135 loans that were done under this program and 0 foreclosures. So our standards are very high. They're, in fact, you may have actually been approached by lenders to talk about this. We have on a number of occasions been approached by lenders to lower our standards because they felt like that we were too high, but we've stayed true to those because they've been so successful. Our credit scores, we require that you have a 600 or better on your credit score. Many lending agencies actually are not that high, but we think it's actually served this program very well. Council, this is a map that shows you where the down payment assistance program touches in the community. It is the one housing program that we have that is literally spread across the community. And the reason why that is because they are buying market constructed houses in neighborhoods across the city, and then they income qualify to actually participate in the program. So it's the one housing program we have that gets used in every neighborhood that person can buy a house in. And so we're very proud of that. And this is just a map that shows you where those are all at. Lastly, Council, this last slide I have on this, what the program is not, it is not a grant program. What that means is that we provide the assistance, but that's only as long as the eligible applicant actually stays in that house. The moment they sell the house or they try to rent the house out, they have to repay us. And in fact, we have a lien against their house as well, along with the mortgage company. We're not competing. One of the ideas that came up was the whole idea of competing against private lenders. Actually, the private lenders are the ones that bring us the applicants. Usually what happens is somebody goes in to get a mortgage, and the loan officer actually identifies them as potentially eligible, sends them to us, and then we go through a process that identifies them, and they become a program participant. We're definitely not placing families in situations they cannot afford. In fact, HUD has extremely strict guidelines on how much they can afford to pay, and it's no more than 35% of their income can be used for housing. So that really tells them how much of a house they can afford. Many people that are not participating in this program actually exceed that standard, but we hold to it because it's required by HUD. We believe it's not a liability to the surrounding neighborhood because the one thing this program does is it takes renters and turns them into owners. And we have consistently seen that someone who owns in a neighborhood takes care of their property and has pride of ownership at a greater and higher level. And then finally, we don't believe it's a poor investment of public funds because of that neighborhood stabilizing impact. And so we're very excited about that.